Okay, good evening, all of you. Okay, so sorry for that small confusion we had at the beginning. Okay, but let's hope that for the next class, that confusion won't be there. Okay, so welcome back. Okay, so the idea is to continue. Okay, with our session. Okay, even though we are not physically in class, okay, but we want to continue the class, okay. So before I continue, I would want to confirm whether you can hear me. So Mahir will unmute you, so because I want to confirm as to whether you can hear me very well. So Mahir,
yeah,
you can hear me very well.
yeah, yes,
okay.
sir.
Okay, great. The other thing is that we'll also be to avoid us having too much noise or distraction. Okay, so I will be muting you, all of you. Okay, so maybe once in a while I shall be unmuting you. Okay, or in case you want, you can raise your hand. Okay, there's that icon where you can. It is possible for you to raise your hand. I can see it. Okay, or as well as you can also use the chat. Okay, that can help us out in being able to. Help me out in being able to answer your question. So you can also use the chat there, okay, to enter or to ask question, okay. Then the session we shall be having at the same time also ensure that your videos are off, okay. The idea of having the video off is to avoid high consumption of data for other people, okay. So because it has a cost element more or less, okay. So we want to ensure that we minimize the cost to other people. So unless necessary, we shall be having our video off, okay. Then the session we shall be having, okay, we'll be recording them, okay. So in case in future you would want to have access to these sessions, okay, or in case you do want to have a recap of what we discuss in class, then you can do so, okay. So the session we shall be having shall be recorded, okay. So I now share the link as to how you can be able to access these recorded sessions later on at the end of the class. Okay, so I'll share them out later on. Okay, but don't forget, always as much as possible, try as much as possible to ask questions. Okay, engage. Okay, engage as much as possible because that's how the best. Okay, it's just a same environment. Okay, it's only that is now we are on online, but the class continue. So as much as possible, try to ask questions. Okay, ask as many questions as possible. Okay, so the use of chat there, down there, the use of raising your hand. Okay, so all these will help me out in be able to address your question as soon as possible. Okay. Okay. Now, the last thing we were discussing, I'm not sure I can remember. Okay, so but so Mahir, I don't know whether you are there the last class. Okay, because I want to pick from where we left. Okay, so I'll be making reference to you, Mahir. Okay, so that you can guide me. So Mahir, let me unmute you so that you can guide me here.
We were done with the specific investment decisions. So we were to start part E, the sources of finance.
So we were to start. We are not yet started.
Yeah, we were to start sources of finance, part chapter 12.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, then fair enough. We can start off with chapter 12. Okay, and maybe just a simple recap of what we were discussing last time. Okay, so allow me to have a simple recap of what we were discussing last time. Okay. So last time we were discussing, so let me share, if the last thing we were discussing was on the specific investment decision, Okay, let me just have a simple recap of it. Okay. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, so let me share my screen so for all of you to see it from your end. Okay. So Mahir, you can see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So the last thing we were discussing was on the specific investor decision, okay? And here we did mention the three of them, okay? The first one was on should we lease, should we buy the asset, okay? Then we also did discuss on the asset replacement decision, okay? On asset replacement decision, okay? We also did discuss on the last one was on the capital rationing, okay? How do you appraise, or rather, how do we invest our money in cases where we do not have enough capital? Okay, how do we invest? How do we distribute the money in case you don't have enough capital? Okay, now towards go straight towards lease or buy decision. Okay, towards the lease or buy decision. Okay, look, we have two parties. Okay, we have the lessee, we have the lessor. Okay. The lessee being the owner of the assets, the lessor being the owner of the assets, and the lessee being the one who would want to have access to the asset, even though he doesn't want to have an outright ownership of these assets. Okay. So here we see that in case you are now the lessee, you are the one who want to make a decision. Okay, which is better? Should I lease or should I buy? Okay, don't forget you need to determine. You need to assess from a financial angle these two decisions. Okay. If you decide to lease, okay, what is going to be the financial implication? If you decide to buy, okay, what will be the financial implication? Okay, so because either of the two decisions will have some financial impact. Okay, so the idea here is that we want to be able to we want to be able to weigh the two options. Okay, we want to minimize the cost. Don't forget. Okay, so either of those decisions, okay, need to ensure that the amount that we are incurring, the total cost we're incurring, is as minimum as possible. So the decision will boil down to among these two decisions, which one yields the least cost to the company, which one has the least impact on the company in terms of costing. Okay. Then how do we quantify the financial implication? Don't forget here, we are not carrying out an investment decision. Okay, we are carrying out a financing decision. Okay, it is a financing decision that we are carrying out. Okay, that means therefore we are only going to be, or we should only be using the financial cash flows. Okay, we should only use the financing cash flow. Okay, not the investment cash flow. Okay, that's why we have to be quite careful. Okay, when it comes to making this decision. Okay, it is based on the financial cash flow, not investment cash flow. Okay, and the financial cash flow, in case, for example, you take the perspective of leasing. Okay, if, for example, we decide to lease. Okay, let me just okay, if, for example, we decide to lease, okay, so the lease option, okay, you quantify what should be the cost, okay, what are the costs, what are the financing cash flows that will occur if you decide to lease, okay, since you're the lessee, okay, don't forget you'll be paying the rent, okay, to the lessor, okay, at the same time, you may incur, not always the case, but you may incur, for example, maintenance costs, okay. So you have to consider what is the lease contract saying. Okay, do I incur the maintenance cost? Okay, at the same time, you may since the rent you're paying is a tax deductible expense. Okay, the rent you're paying is tax deductible. Okay, don't forget the tax deductible expense is a taxable expense. Okay, that implies therefore, okay, that we can offset our income against the rent you pay. Okay, so therefore, don't forget you also gain. Okay, and the gain here will be in form of tax savings. Okay, so also quantify the amount of tax savings that will be arising since you do save, since the rent you're paying is a tax deductible expense. Okay. So in the lease option, quantify, okay, what cash flows, what financing cash flows occur as a result of the company taking up the lease option. Okay, so you quantify the rent, you quantify if there is license fee, for example. Okay, assume that they also have the case of license fee. Okay, if you have license fee, also you quantify it. Okay, so you quantify all the cash flows that occur as a result of you deciding to take out this lease option. Okay, so quantify all the cash flows. Okay. Then once you've done that, don't forget to determine the present value of this cash flow. Okay, so get the present value. So at the end of the day, we need the present value. Okay, the amount that we're incurring is equal to X dollars. Okay, so get the present value of all those financing cash flow. Okay, that is in case, for example, you decide to take the lease option. Okay, we went ahead and also mentioned what if now we take the purchase option. Okay, what if we take the purchase option? Okay. In the case of the purchase option, okay, don't forget, do the same thing. We quantify the financing cash flows under the purchase option. Okay, for example, of course, in year zero, in T note, you purchase the asset. Okay, so in T note, you have the purchase cost. Okay, so quantify the purchase cost. Okay, so in year zero, you pay for the asset because this is an outright purchase of assets. So year zero, purchase cost. Okay, and since you do own the asset, okay, you are the one who now can claim the capital allowances. Okay, so therefore you quantify the tax saving, okay, the tax shield, okay, that is as a result of the capital allowances you can claim. Okay, so also quantify the tax savings, the tax shield that comes because you can claim, okay, capital allowances. Okay. If you do the same, if you also maintain the asset, you quantify the asset maintenance cost. Okay, so quantify the maintenance cost. In case you pay for license to operate that particular investment or machine, you quantify license fee. Okay. So after you quantify all those cash flows, the finance cash flow that occur as a result of you taking purchase option, of course you do the present value. Okay, so present value in this option, for example, is going to be Y dollars. Okay, then now here, as you get the present value, you quantify the cost at a purchase option and the cost at the lease option. Okay, and of course, since here the advice you're going to give is going based on the advice you're going to give is going to be based on the cost. Which of the two options will have the minimum cost? Okay, if lease option give us the minimum cost, then of course we advise the company or the investor to take the lease option. Okay, if the purchase option has the lowest cost, of course we advise the company to take up the purchase option to purchase the asset outright. Okay, so simply don't forget the key thing here is you're going to only be using the financing cash flow. Don't use the investment cash flow. Okay, don't use the investment cash flow. Okay, only the purchase of only the financing cash flow. Okay, and when it comes to just before I forget, when it comes to the present values, okay, don't forget here we make an assumption. Okay, so let me just have a slide here. Okay. So in case here, okay, let me just have it here. Don't forget, when it comes to getting the present values, when it comes to get the present value of either side, the purchase option or the lease option, don't forget we discount them at after-tax cost of debt. Okay, discounting rate, okay, as we mentioned, is after-tax cost of debt, is the cost of debt. Okay, the cost of debt. Okay, but here it's on after-tax basis. Okay, so be careful there. Okay, is on after tax basis. Okay, so we discount the cash flows under the purchase option or the lease option using the cost of debt, after tax cost of debt. Okay, yeah, more or less that's I think is what we did discuss at the lease option before. Okay, if you have a question, don't forget either raise your hand or you can chat there. You can have a chat on our chat section there. Okay. So I think that's what we discussed last time. Okay. We went ahead and also did discuss, okay, on the asset replacement decision, okay, on the asset replacement decision, okay. Now on the asset replacement decision, okay, don't forget what we were discussing, okay, on the asset replacement is how long should I use the asset, okay, how long should I use this asset, okay. Should I use it for 2 years or should I use it for 3 years? Okay, what is the best financing alternative that I have? Okay, so let me go here. Okay. Asset replacement. Okay, so asset replacement decision. Okay. So here, the idea on the asset replacement decision, okay, was more towards how long should I use the asset? Okay, in case I have an asset here that has a 4-year life. Okay, I have an asset here that has a 4-year life. Okay, should I replace the asset every year? Okay, should I replace the asset every year, or should I be decide to use every 2 years? Decide to use for 2 years, disposal at the end of year 1, disposal at the end of year 2, disposal at the end of year 3, 4 years. So you want to look at that decision, okay? However, don't forget it always go back to our key criteria, okay? Is about the cost, okay? And here, if for example, if you decide to replace the asset every 1 year, okay, the cost you'll be incurring is going to be so let's come to it here, okay. So if here the cost you'll be incurring, if you decide to have a 1-year cycle, okay, you could find, okay, every year, how much cost should I be incurring? Okay, how much cost will be incurring every year to infinity? Okay, for example, you can have every year you'll be incurring, for example, just an example, 1,000. Okay, now you do the same process, okay, a 2-year cycle. Okay, so 2-year cycle, same process. Okay, in the 2-year cycle, what is going to be the cost? These are 2 years now, okay, but what is going to be the cost to be incurring every year for those 2 years? Okay, every year for those 2 years, what is going to be the cost? Okay, so for example, you incur, for example, 1,100. Okay. Then the same thing you apply happen for 3-year cycle. Okay, you quantify for 3-year cycle the same process. Okay, what is going to be the cost every year within those 3 years? Okay, what will be the cost being carried? Okay, for example, the cost being carried, just an example, is 980. Okay, so all this you do over the life of the asset every year. Okay, 1 year cycle, a 2-year cycle, a 3-year cycle, all the way to the end year cycle. Every year within those cycles. Okay, how much cost do we incur? Okay, quantify the amount of cost you'll be carrying for each of the year within the cycle. Okay. In this example, don't forget simply, we can say for a 3-year cycle seems to be the cheapest for the company. Why? Because every year for those 3 years, okay, to infinity, the cost incurred is 980. Okay, as opposed, for example, in year 1, okay, a 1-year cycle, okay, here it means that for every year, the company incurs a cost of 1,000 to infinity. Okay, so therefore, the advice is simply going based on the which of the cycle gives or has the lowest cost. Okay, in this case, therefore, the company should use the asset for 3 years. Okay, for 3 years and replacing them at the end of the 3rd year. Okay, so buy the asset in year 0, use for 3 years, dispose of at the end of year 3, then buy another asset. Okay, don't forget here the replacement is into infinity. Okay, the replacement is into infinity. Okay. That's on the asset replacement. Okay. And don't forget here, let me just to take note. Okay. Okay. How do we quantify, or how do we determine the cost which have been carried for a 1-year cycle, for a 2-year cycle, for a 3-year cycle? Okay. Okay, simply, okay, let me just take an example of a 3-year cycle. Okay. So for a 3-year cycle, okay, we determine that in year 1, okay, quantify the cost that you incur. Okay, so cost will begin year 0 because we buy the asset. Okay, so we have year 0, we have year 1, we have year 2, and we have year 3. Okay, so year 0, you buy the asset. Okay, so quantify that cost. Okay, these are costs that are cash outflow. Okay, in year 1, you incur maintenance cost, for example. So quantify the maintenance cost. Okay, the cash outflow. Okay, year 2, another maintenance cost. Okay, year 3, another maintenance cost. Okay. So this year 0 is a cost for the asset. Okay, for example, this year for that is maintenance cost. Okay, so maintenance cost. Then you can say that also, since you are the one who own the asset, of course you can be claiming, for example, the capital allowances. Okay, so here you can also have capital allowances. Okay, let me call it Y. Okay, yeah, call it Y. Okay, so here Y. Okay. So, but don't forget, there's a cash inflow because you are saving. These are because it's a capital allowance that you granted, therefore you save. Okay, capital allowance for year 1, capital allowance for year 2, and capital allowance for year 3. Okay, then so this is, so you can say this is the tax shield because of the tax savings because of the capital allowance given to you. Okay, in the final year, of course, we dispose of the asset. Year 3, we have, for example, here you can now let me just call it Z. We dispose of the asset. Okay, like this is a cash inflow. So this is a scrap value. Okay. This is the scrap value. Okay, So quantify all these costs, okay? Year 1, year 0, you have it here, year 1, so this cash flow, for example. So quantify all this, okay? And then you get the present value, okay? So get the present value. So present value, this is the cash flow, and this will be the present value. So add all these up, okay? So then we can for the total present value of all the costs you've been carrying from year 1 all the way to year 3, from year 1 all the way to year 3, okay? So this comes as a present value. So you get the total present value of the cash flows that occur under that particular cycle. Okay. And we say that that present value, okay, is synonymous to be equal to, okay, an annual cost, okay, what we want to determine here, the annual cost, okay, times, for example, the present value for that particular cycle. This is a 3-year cycle, so therefore we use the present value and it factor for that particular cycle, okay, 3 years R%, okay. So our main intention is to get this annual cost. Now, this present value we have obtained from here, okay, from all these cash flows, okay. So let me don't forget this cash flow, okay, this present value, okay, is a sum total of the present values here, okay, is a sum total of the present value you have there, okay. So here the annual cost, say this is our main intention to get the annual cost, okay. So we equate, okay, the sum of the present value of these cash flows, okay, the four of them from year 0 to year 3 to be equal to an annual cost, okay, an imagined annual cost. We multiply by the annuity factor for the cycle. Look, the cycle here is 3 years, okay. So we multiply by the factor for that particular cycle. Then we get the annual cost, okay. So here, therefore, the annual cost will be equal to the present value you obtain. We divide the present value annual factor for that particular cycle. For example, 3 years R%. Okay, and that simply gave us our annuity. Okay, that's for a 3-year cycle. You do the same for a 2-year cycle and also for a 1-year cycle, all the way to the end-year cycle. Then you compare what's the annual cost for each of the cycle. And the minimum, okay, if year 3 give us a minimum annual cost, then of course you advise the company to be using the asset for 3 years, then dispose of end of that year, then you can buy another one. Okay, that's on the asset replacement decision. Okay, so let me see whether you all concentrated by asking a question from one of you. So Hadik.
Yes, sir.
You got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you're comfortable, that is good. Let me check someone else out. Samuel. Hey, you've got mute, Samuel. Okay, Samuel has gone mute.
Yes.
Yes, you got it. Hey, Samuel, what's happening?
Yeah.
You got it clearly.
Yeah, I've got it clearly.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so that was a recap of what we were discussing the last time that we met on the asset replacement decision. Okay, I think the final thing that we discussed was on the capital rationing. Okay, the last thing we discussed was on capital rationing. Okay, so capital rationing. Okay, don't forget here, this company, we don't have enough money. The company does not have enough money to be able to invest in all those investable projects. Okay, so as a company, you have to make a decision as to how you shall distribute the limited funds that you have, okay, among those competing projects. Okay, so here, when it comes to capital rationing, okay, you have first consider, okay, first, even before you start making the decision as to whether should you ration or not, okay, first determine what's the total cost of the project that you have. Okay, what is the total cost of the project that you have? Okay, so first thing is consider, okay, the total cost of the project. Okay, consider total cost of project. Okay, then consider what's the funds available. Okay, then consider the funds available. Okay, how much funds do you have as a company? Okay, is it enough for us? Okay, so consider the funds availability. Okay. If the total cost of the project the total cost of investable, okay, so don't forget here, the question is, are they investable? Okay, do they have OCF and PV? Okay, are they investable? Okay, because either way, in case they were non-investable, we could not have invested either way. Okay, so in case they are not investable, in short, they have a negative NPV, then of course we ignore them. Okay, of course we shall be ignoring them. Okay, so you only consider the investable project, the one that have positive NPV. Okay, so once you've done that, determine the cost of all those positive NPV. Okay, then compare with how much funds do you have. Okay, how much funds do you have? If for instance, the cost for all the investable project, for example, is let's say 18 million. Okay, and the funds you have is only 15 million, and therefore you are in capital rationing situation. Okay, therefore you have to consider the funds that have 15 million is less than the amount of the total cost that I will be carrying if I invest in other project. Okay, so in that case, therefore, you are in capital rationing situation. But if the reverse occur, okay, let me just here, okay. If here we have a scenario where, okay, so here the total cost is 18 million, okay. However, the funds we have is 20 million, okay. That simply means, therefore, we are not in capital rationing, okay. Then if that's the case, okay, because the cost is 10 million, the funds you have is 20 million, okay, the funds is more than even what you need, okay. Therefore, invest in all of them, okay, so you don't really need to think about capital rationing because we are not in capital rationing situation, okay. So that's what the first thing we consider the total cost of the investable project, okay. Then you can compare that with you can compare that with the case with the funds you have, okay. So before you decide that what or where should I invest, okay, always consider whether the funds are more than because if they are more than, then ignore them. Ignore the situation we are in is not a calculation situation, okay. Now, in case we have calculation, okay, so here total cost, okay, so cost is 18 million, okay, the funds we have is 15 million, okay, so the cost, okay, so it's 15 million, okay. That means, therefore, we need to make a decision as to how we're going to distribute this 15 million among the project, okay. Assume, for example, okay, there's the 18 million was from two projects, okay. These are two projects that we want to appraise, okay. And these projects are two of them, okay. I have X, we have Y. X costs, let's say, 12 million, and Y costs 6 million to give a total cost of 18 million, okay. And they're all investable, okay. So there's a cost, okay. So they're all investable projects, okay. Let me actually get a blank screen for us, okay. Okay, let me get a screen for us. So in case of the case here, okay, so we have the project, we have project X, we have project Y, the cost, okay. So you see that the cost for X is 12 million, okay, so the cost is in million. And then for Y is 6 million, to give is 10 million, okay. Okay, the first thing you said, it's they must be positive NPV, okay, so the NPV, okay, they're positive NPV. For X, assume, for example, it's NPV is 80 million, okay, positive 80 million. For Y, it's, let's say, 4 million, okay. Therefore, they're good projects, okay. Therefore, we can invest in all of them, okay. But don't forget the funds, okay. So here the funds we have, okay, the amount of capital we have here is only 12 million, okay. So we, okay, let me increase. It's 15 million actually, okay. So it's 15 million, okay. So 15 million, okay. That's the amount of capital we have, okay. So since the 15 million is less than 18 million, okay. So you cannot invest. You can't take both X and Y, okay. The next thing, okay, is to assess, okay, are they divisible, okay. You have to consider, is X and Y divisible, okay. Are they divisible projects, okay. Are they divisible projects, okay. Because if they're not divisible, okay, then you're going to use a different method. If they're divisible, then you're going to use a different method. So before you even try to decide how you're going to allocate the funds, okay, so consider the project divisibility. Okay, are they divisible or are they indivisible or non-divisible projects? Okay. Now let's assume that they are divisible. Okay. If they're divisible, okay, we went ahead and said you're going to use the profitability index method. Okay, you're going to be using the profitability index method. Okay. Okay, or simply the PI. Okay. When you say the PI, it's simply how much cash flow. Okay, how much cash flow does each dollar of initial investment yield for the company? Okay, from the project. Okay, for each of the cash flow, in present value term. Okay, so sum of present value of the cash flows you'll be receiving from the project, okay? We divide by the initial cost, okay? For each dollar of initial investment, okay? How much cash flow in present value terms does it yield for the company, okay? If the PI, okay, just an example, okay, so e.g., if you get the PI for project, let's say X is equal to, let's say 3, okay, what does it mean? It means therefore that for every dollar of initial investment cost, okay, the company is able to receive $3 in present value of cash. Okay, that's what simply the PI mean. Okay, that you're able to receive $3 for every dollar of the initial investment cost. Okay, so if you get, for example, 3. Okay. So if, for example, you have to apply the same method here. Okay, you want to get the PI for X, the PI for Y. Okay, for X, it will be equal to. Don't forget, it's the present value, sum of present value. Okay, so the NPV here was 8 million. It means therefore the sum of present value will be the 8 million half plus 12. Okay, the sum of present value. Okay, because the NPV is simply, just to remind you, okay, don't forget the NPV is equal to the present value of cash flow minus the initial cost. Okay, so for us to get 8, therefore, for us to get the present value, it is the NPV plus the initial cost. Okay, therefore, for X to be equal to 8 million plus 12 million, okay, we divide by its initial cost. In this case, the initial cost is equal to 12. Okay, so it's 20. We divide by 12. Okay, we'll give us therefore the index for X. We'll give us the index for X. Okay, let me get someone to give us what's the index. Okay. Mohammed, okay, give us the index for X. Mohammed, I want to unmute you. Okay.
Yes.
What's the index for X?
1.6 or?
So 20 divided by 12, you get 1.6. I doubt that.
1.6.
1.6. Okay, fair enough.
That's what I'm getting. Yeah.
20 divided by 12, 1.6.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. So we get as per Mohammed, we do get 1.6. Okay. Then Elaine, confirm.
I've gotten 1.67. So
1.67.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1.67, 1.67 times. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so you get 1.67. Okay. Wow. Okay, so you get 1.67. Okay. 1.67 times. Okay. So that's become the index for project X. Okay, because of the index for project X. Okay, with the same for Y. Okay, so here the same process, but now we do for Y. Okay, which will be equal to. Okay, so it will be equal to the sum, which is equal to the sum of NPV, which is 6 plus 4 to give us 10. Okay, so 10 million we divide by the initial investment, which in this case is 6. Okay, 6 million to give us 1 point. Get someone to help us out. Okay. Timothy.
The PI is 1.67.
You are a bit far from the mic.
The PI is 1.67.
Oh, they give the same PI?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay, fair enough. Okay, let me just change the figure then, because I wanted us to have different PI. Let me just change the figure. Okay. So here, let me change the initial cost, okay, to be, let's say, 8 million. So let me just change here to be equal to the cost to be 8 million. Okay, if that's the case, therefore, here the initial cost, here this is equal to, okay, so it's equal to 8 million. So 8 million. So get 1 point. So actually here it is equal to 12 million. So here Okay, so I need to make some adjustment. Okay, so the sum, if the initial cost is 8 million and the NPV is 4 million, it means therefore that the sum of the present value must be equal to 12 million. Okay, because for us to get NPV of 4 million and the cost is 8 million, it implies therefore the present value here. Okay, so the present value here must have been 12 million. Okay, so just a minute, just to show you what I mean by that. Okay. Okay, the NPV we have said is equal to 4 million. Okay, and the NPV is given us the present value minus the initial cost, which is 8 million. Okay, and therefore the present value must be equal to 4. Present value is equal to 4 plus 8 million to give us therefore 12 million. Okay, so here we have 12 million being our the sum of the present value. Okay, so is that the case? Therefore, the index will be equal to. Get someone here to help us out. Mandela. So Mandela, what do you get? Mandela. We can't hear you, Mandela. Mandela, you went mute. Oh, okay. Hadik, what do you get?
1.5.
1.5. Okay, so you get 1.5.
Yeah.
1.5. Okay, so you get 1.5 to be the index for Y, for project Y. Okay, so index for project Y. Okay, this is for project Y. Okay, therefore, since now we have the index for two of them. Okay, let me have another board. Let me just have another board to. Okay. Let me just okay, so I didn't want to rub this off, but I think I will have to. Okay, so let me just rub off here. Okay. Okay, so now we have the index for the two of them. Okay, we have X and we have Y. Therefore, now we can say, therefore, if you have to rank them, okay, so the ranking here, okay, we can say, therefore, X, Y, X we got 1.67, Y we got 1.5, and therefore, as a company, invest first in Y, in X, and then Y comes after, okay? So we invest first in X, and then invest Y second, because the index for Y, X is a bit higher compared to the index for Y, okay? If that's the case, therefore, okay, we can say, let me rub off my board a bit here. Okay, so first allocation, we'll say that first invest in X. So the entire, okay, the entire amount to be, so here, don't forget the index, the amount we are investing in X, it was 12 million, the cost is 12 million. So we take the entire 12 million, okay, we take the entire 12 million first to invest in X. So here you have 12 million. What remains, don't forget the funds you have is 15 million, okay, therefore you can't invest more than 15 million. Okay, so the balance now goes to Y. Okay, in this case, the balance here is 3 million. Okay, so you have X, you have Y, and you have Y now. Okay. 12 million, and you have 3 million. Okay, if you can see, therefore, the amount we did invest in the proportion investment, okay, that was made in X. Okay, so you can say the amount we did invest in X is equal to 100%. Okay, because it was 12 million. Okay, and the cost was 12 million, so it was 100% investment we made in X. For Y, with the same thing. Okay, however, for Y, it was 3 million, okay? However, the cost was 8 million. So therefore, we only invest 3 million out of the 8 million. So 3 million out of the 8 million was the amount we did invest. In terms of percent, okay, this represents how much in percent? It's 3 million, okay, out of the 8 million, okay? So therefore, in terms of percentage, that means how much? Get someone. Mahir?
37.5%. So
that's 7.5% because therefore the amount, the extent, the proportion investment as a company that we did make towards X. Okay, therefore the NPV, okay, to be received, okay, the NPV of our decision. Okay, so down here, therefore, since you did invest towards X, okay, 100%, it means you get all the NPV, all the potential NPV. So you get the entire 8 million. So you get the entire 8 million. Okay. However, for Y, don't forget the investment you made was only the 10.5%. Therefore, the NPV to be received, okay, from Y, from project Y will be equal to the 10.5%, okay, times 8 million, plus times the 4 million, sorry, times 4 million, okay, because that is the amount, that's the NPV, the 4 million times 4 million. So the NPV to be received from a proportion investment that we made in project Y, okay, to give us how much? Sangi, Vades,
Yes.
what do you get?
1.5.
1.5 million.
Yes.
1.5 million. Okay, so you get 1.5 million to be the NPV you'll be receiving for the investment you made, for the proportion investment that was made in project Y. So here we get 1.5 million. Because therefore the NPV for a decision, okay, is 8 million, okay, plus 1.5 million to give us therefore 9.5 million. Okay, and that's how we make a decision. Okay, in cases where we are in project, we are in capital rationing situation. Okay, don't forget we did assume that these were divisible projects. Okay, these were divisible projects, so you have to use the probability index method. Okay, so get 9.5 million. Okay, now in case they were indivisible. Okay, so let me clear my board. So in case they were indivisible, okay, the same project, okay, but in case we assume they were indivisible, the X and Y, okay, but here you cannot use the index method, okay, so we use a trial and error method, okay, we use a trial and error method, okay, the use of a trial and error method. Okay? So we try to mix them up, okay, we try to make a decision which of the two will give us the highest possible NPV, okay. If there are many, then of course we combine our many. In this case, we only have two of them. So by default, we have to invest the one and give us highest NPV, which I think was X, okay, which was giving us the NPV for X. I can't remember. How much was it for X? I think it was 8 million. I can't remember. Pavital, I want to guess. Pavital?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What was the NPV for X?
NPV for X was 8 million.
So it was how much? NPV?
8 million.
8 million. So it was 8 million. For Y, it was?
4 million.
3 million.
4.
Oh, 4 million. Okay, thank you. Okay, so 4 million. Okay. Therefore, since there are only two of them, of course, you take the one that has the highest NPV. In this case, simply, we do invest in project X, okay, which has the highest NPV of 4 million. Now, in case there are many, of course, now we're trying to see how can I combine. Okay, in case there are, let me actually let's even extend this example, okay, for our analysis here. Okay. So let me assume that we have more than one project. We have more than two projects. We have X, we have Y, and Z. Okay, assume the NPV for Z is 6 million. Okay, the initial cost, just call IO, initial cost, or I naught. Okay, for X, I think was 14 million. For Y was how much? It was 12 million. Okay, then it was 12 million. Okay, for Y was 8 million. Okay, Z assume. Okay, let's just make an assumption. The initial cost for Z is 10 million. Okay. And we have the total cost to be invested in this case, in this example you're doing, is 30 million. The total investment that's required in all of them is 30 million. Now, in case we assume that we only have, let's say, 22 million, okay, so the funds available, okay, the funds available is equal to 22 million, okay. We have to look for a possible combination, okay. The funds, don't forget the amount, the cost of your investment should not exceed 22 million, okay. But since they are indivisible, so they are indivisible, so we use a trial and error method, the best possible combination that gives us highest NPV, okay. So here's, for example, we decide to take X and Y, okay. This is just an example, X and Y, okay. If we take X and Y, okay, the total cost is 12 million, okay. So cost here, okay, will be 12 million. Plus 8 million give us 20 million. So the 20 million is not above 22 million, so we are still okay. Okay. Then you get the NPV of the decision. If you take X and Y, what's the NPV? It will be 8 million, okay, plus 4 million, okay, which will give us 12 million. Okay. What if we take X and Z? Okay, XZ. Okay. So the cost of the decision, okay, will be equal to cost for X is 12 million. Okay, cost for Z will be 6 million to give us 18 million. The NPV acquisition, okay, will be equal to 8 million, okay, plus the 6 million PV for Z, okay, to give us therefore 14 million. So that's a high NPV, okay. But we have another possible combination. What if we take Y and Z, okay? So Y and Z, okay. So first the cost of the decision, okay. Y cost 8 million, Z cost 10 million, okay. So the cost is 18 million, okay. The NPV of the decision, okay, is equal to Y we get 4 million, okay. Z we get 6 million. Therefore, the NPV of the decision is 10 million, okay. And those are the three possible combinations we can take, okay. Therefore, we look at what combination will give us the highest possible NPV, okay. In this context, therefore, we can say therefore that YZ gave us 12 million, okay. XZ gave us 14 million, and YZ gave us 10 million. So definitely, we take X and Z because they give us the highest sum of the NPV, okay. The highest sum of NPV, okay. Therefore, the company therefore invest in X and Z, okay. That's how we do we appraise in capital rationing situation, okay. This was simply a recap of what we were discussing last time, okay. So let me see whether you have questions, okay. On the chat I can see, let me check whether there's some question. So someone is asking, instead of using sum of NPV, can you also use the NPV to find the index? You can also somewhere, okay. However, you can get, okay, the ranking is going to be the same, okay. Well, if you have to follow the syllabus, essentially, I haven't seen NPV divided by initial cost being used, okay. So I would propose, okay, just use the sum of NPV, okay, the sum of present value as opposed to dividing the NPV by the initial cost. Okay, they're going to give you the same ranking. However, not if it is a section C question, okay, where you're meant to write down, I would propose that you use the sum of the NPV. Okay, don't use the NPV. Okay, and for the sake of the others, we'll just restate what someone want to tell us. Okay. Just a minute, I want to get my board. So the summary is saying, just a minute. What someone is trying to say is the ranking, okay, don't forget that the PI. You see that the PI, okay, is given us the sum of, okay, is given us the sum present value, okay. We divide by the initial cost, okay. So that's how you're meant to use it, okay. But someone is saying, what if now we want to get the same index, okay, by dividing NPV divided by the initial cost, okay. I'll say that the ranking is going to be the same, okay. However, I would not, if it's a section C question, don't use that form because I haven't seen it being used, okay. That's why I would want you not to use it, okay. But in case a section A or section B question where your workings don't appear, then you can use it. There's no problem. But avoid in section C. Okay. I hope I've answered your question somewhere. Okay. Okay. So let me go back because there's another question from the chat. So Timothy is asking, are in the VESO project the ones referred to as mutually exclusive? Okay, thank you so much for that. However, they are not the same, okay? They are not the same, okay? So it does not mean that mutually exclusive project, okay. So let me just clear my board here. Okay. So for mutually exclusive project, okay? So indivisible, indivisibility, okay, is not synonymous to mutually exclusive project, okay, or the mutually exclusive project. They're all the same, okay. Divisibility simply implies therefore that you can only invest in whole, okay, you cannot invest in parts. Okay, so partial investment doesn't apply. Okay, you only invest in whole, 100%. Okay, that's when we mean that they are indivisible. Okay, now mutually exclusive. Okay, if we have, for example, X and Y being mutually exclusive, it simply means therefore you either take X or you take Z, but the two of them you can't invest in two projects at the same time. Okay, so it's either. Okay, it must be a mutually exclusive project. Okay, so it's either invest in X or either you invest in Z. Okay, so they're not, indivisibility doesn't always imply mutually exclusive project. Okay, but we have a case where the projects are indivisible and they are mutually exclusive. It can happen. Okay, mutual exclusiveness implies that it's either X or Z, but not both at the same time. Okay, indivisibility implies therefore it's either a whole investment, okay, but not a part investment. You can't have a partial investment. Okay, so either 100% or nothing at all. Okay, that is the difference between those two. Okay. So in case, of course, definitely in case you have a question, of course, you let me know. Okay. Okay. So let's go back to. So that's more or less marks the end of our recap of the specific investment decision. Okay, should we lease, should we buy, on asset replacement, how often should we be replacing an asset, and lastly on the capital rationing. Okay, so those are the three decisions I think we discussed last time that we met. Okay, so the next topic, okay, our next topic is. Okay, so our next topic, it will be on the finance sources. Okay, don't forget, as mentioned, in case there are a question, you always let me know. Okay, so finance sources. Okay, sources of finance. Okay, sources of finance. Now, in this topic, okay, it's more towards the evaluation, okay, as to how, as a company, we should be obtaining our capital. Okay, if you remember at the beginning, we said that the company, we have three critical decisions that, as a finance manager, you're meant to play. Okay, there are three critical decisions. Okay, we have the investment decision. Okay, we have the first was on investment decision. Okay, we had financing decision. Okay, we have financing decision, and of course we have the dividend decision. Okay, these are the three core decisions that I think we did mention at the beginning: investment, finance decision, and the dividend decision. Okay, we are done with the investment decision. Okay, so we're done with that. Okay, and by the way, don't forget your exam, you will have a question from the investment decision. Okay, all the way from the NPV, the IRR method, the payback period method. Okay, all the until what we are just concluded right now. Okay, on should we lease or should we buy, on capital rationing. So there will be a question. So it's one of the key topics that I expect to be in the main exam. So you must have it at your fingertips. Okay, that's a must. Okay? You must have it. Okay. We come to the next topic. We'll call the financing decision. Okay, and as I mentioned, in financing decision, the main question we're trying to answer here. Okay, so the main question is that, for example, we want to answer. Okay, we want to determine. Okay, where do you obtain the money from? Okay, who is going to be providing? Who is going to be the capital provider? Okay, trying to understand the capital provider, the person who is going to be providing the capital to. Okay, trying to understand, for example, the cost of capital. Okay, trying to understand the capital provider that has given us capital, has given us money. Okay, at the end of the day, how much done do they want? Okay, as well as trying to understand the impact of finance you have, for example, on the company financials. Okay, on the gearing. Okay, trying to understand what impact does this financing option will have on the company financials, on the company gearing position. Okay, so all these is what we shall be discussing in this part, in the financing bit of it, of syllabus. Okay, so money. Okay, so let me have my screen here. Okay, let me have another screen here. Okay. So the finance sources, okay, that is where the money will come from, okay. Money can come from many sources, okay. So let me have here sources of finance, okay, sources of finance. And you can have the finance coming from the short-term suppliers of capital, okay, from short-term capital sources. The finance can come from the long-term finance sources, okay. The key difference is that whoever is going to provide us with the capital, whoever is going to provide us with money, okay, when do they expect their money back, okay? When do they expect their capital back, okay? What is the return period for the investment, okay? If you're going to be repaying back the money within a period not exceeding, okay, one financial year, then we classify that as a short-term finance source, okay? If the repayment period, okay, for example, is going to exceed more than one financial year, okay, if the maturity, okay, if the life of the instrument that is being used to obtain the money, okay, has a life of more than one financial year, then we classify that as a long-term finance source, okay, by key distinction between the short-term of the long-term, okay. In the case of short-term, okay, we have more or less, okay, we shall discuss four sources, okay. We have the use of trade payable, okay, the use of trade payable or the use of trade credit, okay, the use of trade credit, okay, that simply using money to be obtained from the use of the supplier of goods on credit, okay, which I think we discussed under working capital management, so I will not go back to it, okay. We also have the use of the lease, okay, so leasing itself actually is a finance source, okay, because we are going to be financed, you're going to be obtaining the use of the asset without the need for us to pay all the capital at the beginning, okay, so in itself actually is a financing option, okay, the lease or actually in that context we have the use of the hire purchase, okay, the use of the hire purchase scheme, okay, so all these are financing options, okay. Leasing you are discussed, so I'll also not go through it, okay. Then you have the use of short-term loans, okay, the use of short-term bank loan, okay, the use of short-term bank loans, okay. So the use of simply obtaining the finances from the bank. However, the finances that we are obtaining, okay, or the financier in this case is a financial institution, okay. Commonly, of course, this will come from the bank, okay. And also the financing option you can have the short-term finance is the use of overdraft, okay. Okay, overdraft is simply an agreement you have between the company and the bank, okay, where the company can be able to obtain the financing or the capital, but the capital is being or is obtained. So the company has a prior agreement, okay, that it is possible for the company to overdraw the account, okay, so the company can be able to overdraw its account, okay. If the limit, for example, is set at 10,000, okay, then the company, therefore, they can overdraw the account until a limit of 10,000. Okay, they can't draw more than 10,000. Okay, that's the overdraft facility. Okay, so the facility. Okay, however, don't forget you pay the fee. Okay, but you may have the facility, but you may not. Maybe in one side, you may at some point not use it. Okay, so is a more like trying to plan, okay? It's more like trying to have cash management, okay? Just in case, okay, the need for money exceeds what you have in the company. So you have that alternative of being able to withdraw the account, okay? Then we have, in the case of the long-term finance, okay, in the case of long-term finance, okay, we can classify the financials into a number of categories. Okay, the first category is the debt finance. Okay, the debt finance can also classify it. Another from equity finance. Okay, you can also obtain the money from the private shareholder. Okay, so preference shares. Those we can therefore can say, or even for example, in our case here, the use of venture capital. Okay, the use of venture capital. Okay, the use of venture capital. Okay, so those are the more or less like going to be the major financing sources that we can use. A debt, you have equity, you have private shares, and you have the use of venture capital. Okay. In the case of debt, we get here what qualifies a finance source to be debt is the case the company has an obligation. In most cases, a fixed obligation. Okay, of course, can also be variable. Okay, but the company has an obligation where it is a must. Okay, it is mandatory for the company to pay off the amount, to pay off the term mostly on semi-annual basis or on an annual basis. Okay. and the company is meant to fully repay back the amount of money, okay, that they did obtain, okay, within a certain period of time. Okay, so there's going to be repayment. Okay, don't forget that holders, okay, they don't have any voting rights. Okay, so they are going to be sort of like external parties. Okay, they provide capital, however, they are not internal members of the company. Okay, so they're external members of the company. Okay, so that is more so the features of the debt capital. Okay. In the case of debt capital, you can obtain the money from quite diverse sources. Okay, you can obtain the money from bonds. Okay, the issue of bonds, the issue of debentures. Okay, we have the issue of the use of bank loans. Okay, so the use of bank loans. Okay, so all these can become therefore source of debt financing. Okay. In the case of bonds, there are very diverse bonds you can have. What is a bond? Bond is going to be a debt instrument that is going to be issued by a company to the market. Okay, so the market can participate. Okay, can partake of this offer the company is making. Okay, the use of bonds. Okay, and they're quite diverse. They're quite many. Okay, bonds, for example, can have the case of bonds that are redeemable. Okay, bonds that are redeemable. Okay, bonds that are irredeemable. Okay, irredeemable bonds. You can have case of bonds that are convertible. I can have case of bonds issued, for example, by the government. Okay, treasury bonds. Okay. Okay, so all these are different types of bonds that can be issued, or the company can obtain financing from. Okay, bonds simply mean that for the bonds are going to be repaid back. Okay, within a certain period of time. It can be 5 years, can be 10 years, but at the end of the day, the company that issued this bond is meant to repay back the money. Okay, to the providers within a certain period of time. Okay, the bonds that are referred to as redeemable. If the bonds are redeemable, it means therefore the company has no obligation to pay back, okay, the initial capital. So there's no obligation. Okay, they are irredeemable. So once the investor invests his money in the company, and the company has no obligation of repaying back, or there will be no redemption. Okay, so the company has zero obligation as to the repayment. Okay. If the bonds are convertible, it means for the holder, okay, has an next option. Okay, they can opt to convert this bond, okay, into equity share, for example. Okay, so they can convert it. They can decide, okay, as a point in the future, I would want to convert this bond into an equity share. Okay, so they're granted that option. Okay, not an obligation, but an option. Okay, so they can decide at the end of if the conversion option becomes exercisable, okay, in year 10. Okay, then I can decide to convert this from being a debt instrument into an equity instrument. Okay, that's apply in case the bonds are convertible. Okay, and then you have treasury bonds. Of course, these are issued by the government. Okay, actually, have some other bonds here. Okay, let me just add them here. Okay, so let me just add them here. Okay, we have, for example, the case of what referred to as a zero coupon bond. Okay, zero coupon. Okay. A zero coupon bond simply means therefore is that at the end of the day, the company coupon simply means therefore the return. What does the holder of the bond get? What does the investor get? What will be referred to as a coupon. Okay. If the investor get nothing, okay, then refer to that bond as a zero coupon bond. There's no the holder does not get any interest. Okay, there's zero interest behind. Okay, therefore the return the holder normally gets is on the redemption. Okay, on the redemption. The holder is that's when he gets his return, but there's no return in no interest. Okay, this bond has zero interest. Okay, zero coupon. Okay, then you have, for example, the case of bonds that are straight bond. Okay, now straight bond. Okay, what do they mean? Straight bond. Okay, okay, you can see that this bond have option. Okay, now in case the bond is simply a plain bond, it has no option attached to it. Okay, then referred to as a straight bond. Okay, there is no options that are attached to this bond. Okay, you can call it in quote a normal bond. Okay, there is no any options that are attached to these bonds. Okay, all these are different types of bonds that can be issued. Which one is better? It goes back to the company executives. Okay, decide which one is better to finance their current need. Okay. Debentures, actually, they are bonds actually by themselves. Okay, debentures are actually bonds. However, they are unsecured. Okay, these are unsecured bond. Okay, they don't have a security. Okay. They don't have a security. Okay, so of course the risk is a bit high compared, of course, to conventional bonds. But generally, they are unsecured bonds. Okay. Now for equity, okay, let me just have here my equity. In the case of equity financing, of course, you can finance using very different ways. Okay, there are different ways of financing using equity option or equity alternative. Okay, for equity, you can finance using the retained earning. Okay, you can finance using the company retained earnings. Okay, so the use of company retained earnings. Okay, the use of company plus earnings. Okay, of course, become therefore one of the major the common way of trying to finance the company. Finance for company finance operation, retained earning. Okay, you can also have the case of the issue of shares. Okay, the issue of shares. So this is again the issue of equity shares. Okay, if the company has never issued the shares before, okay, so this is the first time ever, okay, the company is issued the shares, okay, then of course we refer to as the initial, okay, the initial public offering, the so-called the IPO, okay, the initial public offering. Okay, so this company is issuing the shares for the first time ever. The shares have never been issued before, okay, referred to as the IPO, the initial public offering. Okay, then you can also have the case of placement, okay, or the so-called private placement. Okay, in the case of placement or private placement, okay, don't forget here, the company, instead of going to the public, okay, to ask for money, okay, the company would want to avoid all the huge cost, okay, because it can actually be quite costly, okay. In an IPO, it can be quite costly, okay. So what the company do, okay? So the company may ask, for example, okay, the private investors, okay, why don't you just come, okay? We are going to give you X amount of shares, okay? So we give you, for example, 10 million shares, okay? However, we don't make this on a private forum. We don't make this announcement on a public forum, okay? It's a private forum, okay? We are just calling you as either as corporate or as individual wealthy potential shareholders, okay, to come and buy our share, okay? So we, of course, we fix a price and we tell you that 10 million shares means you control, I don't know, let's say 2% of the company, okay? So we're going to do this through private mechanism, okay, what we call the private placement, okay? Then you have introduction, okay? We have a call introduction. In the introduction, actually, the company is not obtaining money directly. Okay, what is happening? The company is applying to the Capital Market Authority. Okay, is applying to the person who governs, okay, the issue shares. Okay, and they say that if, for example, this company, at least 25% of their shares, okay, at least 25% of the shares is held on a wide array of investors. Okay, the shares are not held by the founders, the owners of the business. It's held by other parties. Okay, if the company can prove that at least 25% of their shares, okay, is held by publicly in court, okay, then they can apply to the market authority, okay, and ask for them to become, okay, public companies without the need for them to do an initial public offering. Okay? So they simply are making an application to the market authority, okay, asking, or the market regulator, okay, ask them to be converted from being a private company into public company. Okay. Why do they want to do this? Okay, of course they want to avoid all the issues that surrounds IPO. Okay, at the same time, of course, they want to avoid the cost that comes with IPO. Okay, and they also want to obtain. Don't forget, once you become a PLC, a public listed company, okay, of course you are able, okay, to obtain more finances. You're able to obtain more finances in other better ways. Okay, you can issue bonds now. You can issue debentures in the market. So the amounts of the pool, okay, the pool of capital, the pool of funds increases, okay, by you just converting from being a private company into a public company, okay. Then, of course, you can also issue shares. If, for example, this company has already been existing, okay, this company is not a new company, okay, so they issued shares a long time ago, okay, they can have a new issue, okay, for sure, okay, or they can also have called the rights issue of shares, okay, the rights issue of shares. What's the rights issue? Okay, a right issue is simply trying to call upon the current shareholder. Okay, we are going to be offering you extra shares of the company. Okay, come and buy them. Okay, however, we are going to be, the price at which these shares are offered at is a discount. Okay, so you currently in the market, our share is going for, let's say, $20. Okay, we can tell them you're going to sell one share not for 20, but for example for, let's say, $19. Okay, so the current shareholder, okay, the option is only available to the current shareholder. Okay, so they can be able to buy the shares of the company at a discounted price. That referred to as the rights issue of shares. Okay, And that's on the equity shares, on the equity of financing option. Okay, preference shares. Okay, they'll get more or less. Okay, this is going to be shares that are in tranches. Okay, so the holders, don't forget, they don't have in most cases they don't have voting rights. Okay? Don't forget, voting right only applies to the equity shareholder. Okay, preference shareholder, conventionally they don't have the voting right. Then you have this of venture capital, or the venture capitalist. Okay. So here the venture capitalists, okay, more or less want to buy. Okay, so the main intention is to buy new, or the so-called the startup companies. Okay, so they will simply want to buy the startup company. Okay, company that seem to be struggling in terms of capital, raising money, okay, as well as they may be lacking the managerial skills. So these are small companies that maybe these investors see not to have, okay, capital, funds, and they also do lack managerial skills. Okay, so this venture capitalist comes in, you're going to give the capital, you're also going to be part and parcel of the management. Okay, so you are going to try to assist you to be able to kickstart your operation. Okay. So venture capitalists in exchange, of course, they become therefore part of the management of the company and also become part of the shareholder of the company. So because they give, they're going to become shareholders through the capital. They also provide managerial skill to become part and therefore of the management. Okay, and of course, their main intention is that at the end of, for example, 10 years from now, okay, 20 years from now, okay, they shall do an exit. Okay, so they shall do an exit. Okay, they're going to exit the company, their investment. Okay, they can do this if the company then, okay, will do an IPO. They can decide, if we own 10% company, we shall sell our share in the market there through the IPO. Okay, or they can try to look for a buyout. Okay, someone to buy them out of the company. Okay, to sell off their investment to someone else. Okay, so they have an IPO, or the exit can be done for an IPO or through a buyout. Okay, they don't want to invest there forever. Okay, but that's not the intention. Okay, so they must have an exit plan. Okay, so as they make the investment today, they must see how or when shall be doing an exit. Okay, that applies to the case of the IPO, the case of the venture capital financing. Okay, and more or less that's what we'll be discussing in this particular topic. Okay, so in the meantime, I do want us to take a break. Okay, then we'll come back for the second and last session. Okay, so let me ask. So let me ask Mahil. Okay, so Mahil. Hey, he has gone away. Is it here? Yes, Mahil, you're there. Okay. How many minutes should we take the break?
You can take 20 minutes.
20? Hey, that's a lot. Okay. 20 minutes then. Okay, so we meet at, right now it's 7:06.
Oh, you can come at 7:25.
7:25. Okay, fair enough. We can come at 7:25. You can log in, use the same link that I sent. Okay, so you can come back so that you don't consume a lot of data. So you can exit, you can leave the meeting, but join use the same link. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I see you then at 7:25. Okay. Welcome back for the second session. Okay. Let me share my screen. Okay. So on finance sources. Okay, there my screen on finance sources. I to mention that you can, when it comes to the selection, okay, the financials, okay, so there are a number of things, of course, you should consider. Okay, you have to consider, of course, should I use, for example, okay, what's my need? Okay, is my need short term? Is my need long term? Okay, because generally it's all enough that you match the two. If you need a short term, then it could be advisable that, for example, you finance using, for example, short term financials. Okay, if your need is going to be long term, then of course you have to consider that maybe it would be worthwhile for us to finance using a long term finance source. And of course, the need for finance is again because too many things. Okay, of course, to finance the company day-to-day need. Okay, the working capital needs of the company. Okay, that's why you need the money. Okay, to be able to finance the company day-to-day needs. Okay, as well as to be able to finance for the company long-term investment. Okay, the non-current assets of the company. Okay. So the need of the company, of course, generally will fall into in those two main categories: either to finance the company day-to-day need, okay, or to finance the company acquisition of its long-term assets. Okay. As a company, you as a finance manager, you have to make a decision as to whether should I use long-term, should I use short-term, should I use equity, should I use debt, okay. Should I use, in case it's debt, should I use a bank loan, should I use a bond, should I use a debenture to finance my need, okay. So you have to consider all these factors, okay. So you as the finance manager, don't forget you have to make the decision, okay. As you mentioned, the three core decision you have, okay. It should is it investment, dividend decision, as well as on finance decision. It's you to make this decision, okay. When it comes to making the choice as to what finance alternative should you consider, okay, as a manager, okay, you have to consider what to be the factor that influence the finance alternative that I'll be using, okay. One of the things, of course, you have to consider is the cost, okay. You have to consider the cost, okay, and the cost, what I hold by cost here, okay. You have to consider if I were to use, for example, equity financing. Okay, if I was to use equity financing, okay, what will be the amount, what return, okay, will the equity capital provider be expecting, okay, because don't forget it has an impact, okay, all the financing alternative you're using have an impact on the company returns, okay. So you have to consider if I were to use bank loan, okay, what will be the amount of interest the bank expects to receive, okay. So the first thing you have to consider is the cost implication, That one is for sure to consider, okay. The next thing to consider is, of course, the duration, okay. Duration, or simply referred to as the maturity, okay. So duration, also called the maturity, okay, or the term, okay, or the term of the financial alternative that you're using, okay. So in case, for example, you're going to be using, okay, if you want finance, as I mentioned, a short-term need, okay, then it could be better, okay, that as you finance using a short-term sort of finance, okay, because this is a short-term need, okay. So try to match the two, okay. What we refer as the matching policy, okay, we refer to as the matching policy, okay. Try to match the two, okay. If the need is short-term, then use a short-term financials. If the need is long-term, okay, it's a capital investment you're making, it's a long-term investment you're making, then it's better use a long-term financials, okay. Try to have the two, referred to as the matching policy. Try to match the two, okay. Try to match those two, okay. The fact we have is called the term structure of interest rate, okay. The term structure of interest rate, okay. So here is trying to make a correlation, okay, between the life of this finance alternative, okay, versus the interest in the market, okay. Trying to, if I was to use a simple graph here, okay, is time, okay. This is the interest, okay, versus time, okay. Interest versus time, okay. How do they behave, okay? How will the two be behaving, okay? The interest versus time, okay. So let me get my whiteboard to discuss in detail the term structure of interest rates. Okay, so let me get my whiteboard. Okay, let me clear my board. Okay, so the term structure of interest rate. Okay, so you want to see how do the two behave. Okay, this is time. Okay, and this is the interest rate. Okay, so time versus interest rate. Okay, how does the interest rate behave across time? Okay, the return that the provider of capital expects across time, how is it going to change? If, for example, you finance using a 5-year bond, okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20 and above, okay? If, for example, you have to issue a 5-year bond, okay, how much interest, how much return do the 5-year, the provider of 5-year bond expect to get, okay? How does that correlate with a 10-year bond, a 15-year bond, a 20-year bond, okay? How do the interest behave, okay, across each of those maturity, okay? If, for example, it behaves in such a way, okay, then that's what referred to as a normal yield curve, okay? So it's not so, is it, okay? They behave in such a way, okay, this is referred to as the normal yield curve, okay, the normal, okay, normal yield curve, okay, they refer to as the normal yield curve, okay. So what that means is that as time goes by, okay, we expect that the interest is going to be increasing. So a 5-year bond, okay, the return the provider will get is a bit lower, okay, compared, for example, a 20-year bond, okay. So the interest is increasing across the tenor, across the time, okay, across the maturity, it is increasing. We call a normal yield curve, or simply referred to as the upward sloping yield curve, okay, as the upward sloping yield curve, the upward sloping yield curve, okay, yield curve, okay. Then you have to call the case of the downward sloping yield curve, case, okay, the so-called the downward, okay, downward sloping yield curve, okay, or the so-called inverted yield curve, okay, or the so-called the inverted yield curve, okay. So therefore, as time goes by, we do expect the interest to go down, okay. So a 5-year bond is more expensive compared to a 20-year bond, okay. A 5 years gain more expensive than a 20-year bond, okay. If this is what you're expecting, a downward, an inverted yield curve, okay, an inverted yield curve, okay, then it might be better that you finance using the longer term bonds, okay, instead of financing using short-term bonds, okay, because the long-term bonds, okay, they're cheaper, okay, and of course, don't forget, you want to minimize your cost, okay. If the market is operating in a normal yield curve situation, an upward sloping yield curve, okay, what does it mean? It means therefore a 5-year bond is going to be cheaper than a 20-year bond, okay. So in case the need you have is for 10 years, okay, if the need you have is for 10 years, then it may make sense you finance using a 2 5-year bond, okay. So you finance, you take a 5-year bond, okay, at the end of year 5, that is in the year, for example, in the year 2025, repay that bond, refinance the bond in the year 2025 using another 5-year bond, okay, because it will be cheaper for you, okay, because 5-year bond in this case is cheaper compared to a 10-year bond, okay. What I mean by that is, if I was to use, okay, so in case this is a 5-year bond, okay, then this is a 10-year bond, okay. So there's a cost for the 5-year bond, okay, and there's a cost for a 10-year bond, okay. So there's a cost 1, and this is cost 2, okay. But you can see definitely that a 5-year bond is going to be cheaper than a 10-year bond, okay. So definitely, as a company, if the need you have is for 10 years, then why don't you just take a 2 5-year bond, okay? Because they're going to be cheaper for you, okay. That's applied in the case of a normal yield curve, okay. Then of course we have what we call a flat yield curve. In this case, it doesn't matter, okay, what we call a flat yield curve, okay, it doesn't matter. The interest is going to be more or less the same irrespective of the maturity, okay, a flat yield curve. So you can decide finance in a 5-year bond or a 20-year bond. That case doesn't matter, okay. Or in case there's no pattern being followed, okay, you can have what we call you can have such a yield curve, okay, what we call as a humped, okay, it's what we call a humped yield curve, okay. So it goes up and down, sort of there's like not a pattern that is being followed up, okay, what we call humped yield curve, okay. So you as a finance manager, you may be, it could be better, okay, that you get to know what yield curve do we have, okay, in the market in the next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, so that you can determine what bond do you want to issue to the market, okay. That's on the yield curve, okay, or simply call the term structure of interest rate. So simply call the term structure of interest rate, okay, the term structure of interest rate, okay, simply summarized by what we refer to as the yield curves, okay, the term structure of interest rate. So you have to understand what yield curve is the market that I am in, what yield curve is being followed, okay. Question? Okay. So just to ask someone whether you did understand. Okay. Pavital, did you understand? Let me unmute you. So Pavital,
Yes, yes, sir, I did.
you did.
Yes, the only what you can say a bit I'm not sure of is this the humped yield curve.
On
If you could just explain it again once more.
Okay, let me do so. Okay, on the humped yield curve, okay, what we mean by that, there's no pattern that is being followed up, okay? So sometime, for example, in the case of, for example, a 5-year bond, okay? In this case, a 5-year bond here, let me use a different whiteboard. So let me use a different color here, okay? So in case, for example, here, okay, we have the 5-year bond, okay? This is giving the cost, okay? We have it here. In a 10-year bond, okay, you can see this is going to be the cost here, okay? So let me call this X1, this is X2, okay? As you see, the cost for a 5-year bond in this case is a bit, it's lower, okay, than a 10-year bond, okay? So they seem to be an upward slope, okay? However, it decreases. If you look, for example, let me just take assume this is a 15-year bond, okay? This is therefore, let me call this X3, okay? It becomes even much more cheaper for a 15-year bond, okay? So there's no sort of pattern. So it increased, then decreased, okay? So there's no sort of pattern that is being followed, okay? So it moves up and down, okay? For example, it can be on a haphazard manner, okay? That's what we mean by humped yield curve. Okay, in case a normal yield curve, don't forget if a 10-year bond is more expensive than a 5-year bond, okay, and a 15-year bond is more expensive than a 10-year bond. This is a pattern that has been followed, okay, and the same applies for downward slope, the inverted yield curve, okay. It becomes much more cheaper as time goes by, as the maturity of the bond increases, okay. So there's a pattern that's been followed, okay. A flat yield curve, it's a straight line being followed. In the case of the humped yield curve, there's no pattern being followed, okay. They can move up and down across tenors, okay. That's what I mean by the humped yield curve. I hope I did answer your question, Pavital, okay, just to check on your feedback. Okay, so Pavital, how could I answer your question?
Yes, yeah. Just one more thing I wanted to ask. You know,
Yes.
further on in the syllabus, there is the expectation theory, fundamental theory. Is it similar to this?
It is, but we shall discuss it on the last topic. We shall discuss it
Okay.
on the last topic. Yes, we shall discuss it on the last topic. Okay.
Okay, that's fine then.
Okay, this is I've tried to fast forward to explain in detail, but shall discuss it alone on our last topic.
Okay, okay. Because I was just reading ahead and I was having a look, so I saw some similarities.
Okay, okay. We shall discuss it on the last topic.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, let me get contribution from someone else. Shukri.
Yes.
Okay, I want to get your feedback. You understood that point?
Yes, I've understood.
Okay, fair enough. So that's on
Thank
the
you.
terms. Okay, that was on the term structure of interest rate. Okay, good. At least if you didn't understand, don't forget always ask me the question. Okay. Okay, so fair enough. Let's go back to our notes. Okay, so you said that it was enough. You do consider the term structure of interest rate. Okay. The other factor you consider, of course, is gearing. Okay, you have to consider the gearing. Okay, so simple gearing implies it's more towards a measure of the financial risk. Okay, what is going to be the impact of the new financing alternative that we want to pick? Okay, we want to pick on the covered financial risk. Okay, if currently we have let's say debt. If, for example, you have, let me just put a gearing ratio here. Okay, so for example, we have a gearing, let me call this is debt, okay, over equity. Okay, so debt over equity, okay, as a measure of gearing, it's let's say 90%, okay, What does it mean? It implies, therefore, that for every dollar of money we did obtain from the current owners of the business, 90 cents, okay, we have obtained 90 cents from debt holders. Okay? Now, in case now we use more debt, okay, in case we want to finance a project with more debt, that implies, therefore, our gearing will be increasing. Okay, for example, increase from 90% to let's say 130%. Okay. Now, this means, therefore, that for every dollar, okay, of equity of the owners of the business have financed us, okay, we are going to be obtaining, we have obtained, okay, 1.3 of a dollar from non-owners of the business. Okay, so you can see, therefore, the money obtained coming from external parties is more than even what you're providing we as the current shareholder. Okay, so that's also good. Okay, so you have to consider what is going to be the impact of the finance that you want to pick on the gearing. If, for example, the company, okay, has already existing contracts. Okay, if, for example, the company has agreements, has covenants, okay, with the current debt holders. Okay, so, for example, the current debt holder can say that you cannot, for example, have your gearing more than, for example, let's say 100%. Okay, assume already currently the company has that agreement, okay, with the current debt holders that your gearing, as measured by debt to equity ratio, should not be more than 100%. Okay. So, and the company want to finance this project. If they chose the debt finance alternative, it increased from 90 to 130. Okay, that means, therefore, the company can only increase to an extent of to an extra 10%. Okay, so that the company have to consider. Okay, what impact will this financing alternative have, for example, on the gearing? Okay, so one of the way the thing they can check is, do we currently have covenants, agreement, okay, with the debt providers, okay, where we must or we cannot, okay, have more than, for example, a given ratio of gearing, for example, 100%. Okay, in that case, as a company, pay attention to already existing contracts or covenants you have with your debt holders. Okay. Then, of course, the next thing you have to consider is on can you access that finance alternative? Okay, consider can I be able to access that financing alternative? Okay. If you do want to obtain debt, okay, you don't want to raise more debt, but can you want the debt, okay, but can you be able to? Is the market willing to give you that capital? Okay, so also consider whether the market is willing to give you that finance alternative. Okay, simply on can you be able to access? Okay, for example, okay, you are a private company. Okay, in case you are a private company, you may want to issue to obtain debt capital, okay, through the issue through bonds, okay. However, don't forget bonds financing, okay, is only available to public listed company. It means that's a good finance. That is a good finance alternative. However, you cannot access it. That means, therefore, bond financing. Therefore, you as a private company, it is not accessible. So you cannot be able to access that finance alternative. Okay. So you have to consider: can I be able to access this financing alternative? Okay. You may want, however, it is not available to you. Okay. That's on. You have to consider as another factor between whether you should be able to obtain or should you be using or the finance alternative that you want to use. Can you be able to use that finance alternative? You may want, but is the market willing to give you that particular financing alternative? Okay. So there are many other factors. Okay, that was just to assist you to open up your mind. Okay, on some of the factors you should consider when it comes to choosing the debt financing, or when it comes to choosing the different financing alternative. Okay, and I'm getting that this time your examiner asked that question. Okay, so if I can have a quick look at your examiner. Okay, there's a time I think your examiner asked that question. Factors, you discuss factors that influence the choice of debt financing. Okay. So if, for example, okay, so I'm now using my question bank, okay, and I hope you have your question bank at hand, okay, but let me just share. So let me share my question bank. Okay. Okay, so that's my question bank. Okay, this is from page 6. Okay, page 6 question. Okay, the question begins from page 5, goes all the way to question 6. Okay, so this way I want to discuss. Okay, so you can see here they're asking us to discuss the factors. So discuss Sorry. Okay, so it was in page 6. Okay, so it's asking us discuss the factors that each company should consider in choosing between equity financing and debt financing. Okay, so these are 4 factors. Okay, so you can be asked to do that. Okay, for this. Okay, but you have to consider. You have to look at what is this particular company, the situation of the company at hand. Okay, but you can be asked. Okay? For example, in this question, they're asking you to do that. Okay, what factors should the company consider? Okay, when it comes to choosing between equity financing and debt financing, and you can apply the same examples, the same factors that you have already discussed. Okay, let me see if I can get another question. Okay, maybe in a twisted way. Okay, like this is from page 23. Okay, you're being asked. So this is question 2 on the page 23, part B. You're asking us briefly explain the factors that will influence the rate of interest charged on a new issue of bonds. Okay, so this company, for example, wants to issue new bonds. Okay, so I know we have not more or less mentioned here. We should discuss this alone. Okay, but they're trying to ask you if the company has a new bond. Okay, what will be the factors? Actually, let me get your contribution on this. Okay, what factors could influence, for example, okay, the interest that to be charged on new bonds. Okay, so Mahir, what do you think? Let me unmute you. So Mahir, I'm trying to unmute you. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think in rate of inflation.
Of course, definitely, inflation could be maybe in case there's a new issue and the inflation has increased the market more than the previous when the other issues were made. Definitely, that could be a factor. I agree totally. Okay, but maybe one of the factors could be the inflation. Okay, true. Okay, inflation rate could be one of them. Okay, then in case the rate is higher than when the other issues were made, then of course the interest will increase further. Okay, true. Thank you, Mahir.
Welcome, sir.
Okay, let me get someone else. Samuel. Yes, what other factor do you think? Samuel.
I don't know.
Okay, let me assist you. One, of course, the another factor is the gearing. Okay, you have to consider the company gearing. Okay, consider the gearing. Okay, if, for example, you are a second debt holder, don't forget that in case of repayment, which get made first. Okay, don't forget the one who gave the company first the money. Okay, is one who's going to be paid first. So in case you are a second debt holder, you run after the first debt holder. Okay, that means therefore you are exposed to more risk. Okay, that implies, of course, you're going to be charging more interest rates. Okay, because the risk is a bit higher. Okay. Okay, that's on the gearing. Let me get someone else to help us out. Timothy. Timothy.
Yes.
Yes. Another factor.
I was just thinking, if the company maybe wants to maybe raise the EPS.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe they might choose to go for debt finance.
Okay.
Instead of equity.
Instead of equity.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. Definitely. That in case the government wants to make an equity, to make a choice between equity or debt, and they want to maintain the earning per share, then they may want to use debt financing. Okay. However, okay, for this question, okay, is between a new issue of bonds. Okay. So the question is like you have two issues. Okay. We have issue 1 and you have issue 2. So what is going to influence the interest on the issue 2, okay, compared to the issue 1? So this is purely comparing debt and debt. Okay, so you comparing two debt, okay, debt and debt. Okay, But the question you have the way you have answered it, you can apply it to the other example. For sure, that can apply. Okay, it is a choice between equity and debt. But here it's purely on debt only. Okay. But I agree, Timothy. So let me get someone else to. Sangi, let me unmute you. Hey, what is Sangi? Yes.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I also think the duration of the bond in terms of time.
Course. That's for sure. There's another factors, the duration. Okay, the duration. I think you already mentioned that. Okay, a 2 year is going to be cheaper compared to a 10-year. That's one for sure. Okay, the longer you stay in someone's money, okay, of course, the more the risk it will be to them. Okay, so definitely that's going to be another factor that is going to be influencing the interest we charge on the new issue. If it is going to be longer than the previous issue, definitely it's going to be more expensive. Okay, so Sagi, before you go, another factor you may be having. And let me help you out. The other factor, of course, is security. Okay, is security. Okay, does the new issue come? Is it secured? Okay, if it is going to be secured, okay, of course, it's going to be cheaper. Okay, if the other issue was unsecured, okay, the risk to the issue is going to be to the financials is more. Okay, so don't forget you have to try to contextualize what is the risk. If there is any factor that causes the risk to increase, okay, means therefore the new issue becomes more expensive. Okay, or if the risk is lower, it may for the interest to be charged by the new provider of debt capital is going to be lower. Okay. Yes, Timothy, you have a question. You have your hand is up. Okay, let me unmute you. So, Timothy, yes, Timothy, I have unmuted you. Ask.
Yeah. Can the credit rating of a company maybe influence the
new issue?
Yes,
yeah,
the rate of interest.
The rate of interest, that's another factors. Okay, the company credit scores or the credit rating. Okay, of course that can be a factor for sure. Okay, so if, for example, the old issue, okay, if it was fixed, it doesn't matter. Okay, if the company become more risky or less risky, because that was an old issue. Okay, but the new issue, if the company becomes more risky, because the new debt provider therefore will be charging a higher interest for sure. Yeah, if the rating is a bit better, then of course the amount of interest they shall be charging will be lower. Okay. Yes, Pavital. Okay. Let me unmute you. Okay. Pavital.
Yes, is it possible to say that the cost of, for example, getting new capital on the issue of bonds is more expensive than, is cheaper than equity? Meaning cost aspect.
Yeah, if you're comparing equity and debt, okay, for sure that's going to be a factor. You have to consider.
Yes.
Like, for example, in case we are answering the previous question, that's a factor you can consider. Okay, you're comparing equity, okay, for sure that will be a factor. Okay, but here it's two. This is a two bonds. Okay, bond one and bond two.
Okay.
So for this context, it may apply. But for the other example, it can apply for sure. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Okay. Okay, so since these are 4 marks, okay, so I would expect at least you discuss 2 factors, okay? So if it's a discussion, okay, so always don't forget each point may be having 2 marks, okay? But so, but that is it. So for today's class, I would want us to end there, okay? I would want us to end the class there, okay? But in the meantime, before, so tomorrow we shall, should be on Monday or on Tuesday next week, okay? We pick from there. Okay, so this the session I have already recorded it, and so I'll share it with you later on in form of video. Okay, so I want us to sign the register. And how do we sign the register? Okay, by the use of chat. Okay, so in the chat, write your admission number, okay, and your student name. Okay, so that will act as our register. Okay, so admission number, okay, and your name as they appear on the class register. That becomes for our class list. Okay, so I will save this, okay, and I will share with you hopefully before the end of the day. Okay, in case you don't have a recap of what we have been discussing. Okay, So fair enough. So don't forget, you sign the register. Your name as appears on the class list and your admission number. Okay. And of course, the WhatsApp group that we have, don't forget, it's for you. Okay. It's not that it's not starting owned. So own that WhatsApp group. Okay. If you have questions, in case you're so you may want to use it. Okay. And I'll try as much as possible. Okay. That I answer all the questions possible. So it's your group. Okay. It's not my group. Okay. It's not for Stratham. Okay. But it's purely for your own group. Okay. So have discussions, have whatever concerns you have, share it out on that particular platform. It's for you. Okay, so also keep updated. I'll be updating the rooms share meeting or the link to our classrooms. Okay, so also be checking it out. Okay, then I hope that all of you have signed. Okay, then you can end the meeting and we meet next week. Okay, so enjoy your evening. Okay, so bye. See you next week.